Connect the sides of the cross to the bottom to form an upside-down triangle. Add another.
Make sure your shading is thin lines and add dots. Henna tips for beginners Part 2. For accent swirls, do not end swirl early and do not apply pressure at end of swirl. Instead, hold cone straight and apply pressure. The less pressure you apply, the smaller the dot. Don't keep cone close to surface, or use wrist instead. Drape the henna, moving your whole hand. To keep clean thicker lines, drape to parallel lines and fill between. For humps, leave cone slightly lifted instead of on surface, and move your hand, not wrist, to keep them straight. Instead of filling in dots, hold cone straight and apply pressure. The less pressure you apply, the smaller the dot. For vines, do not stop applying pressure and flick. Instead, slowly increase and then decrease pressure. For swirls, do not start from middle as it will be uneven. Instead, start from the circle and work it.
Start by drawing a large cross. Connect the sides of the cross to the bottom to form an upside-down triangle. Add another, slightly shorter, horizontal line and connect each end of it to the points of the triangle. Mark 4 equidistant reference points on the middle horizontal line. Then connect each of these references to the lowest point of the triangle. Connect the 2 references in the middle with the top of the vertical line. Draw another line connecting those same points to the corners of the upper polygon. Finally, connect those corners to the outer points. If you like, you can color.
Henna 101 flower petal. First, create your guideline. For this petal, create a dip in the middle of the guideline. Make sure your shading is thin lines and add dots. For this petal style, instead of creating a dip in the middle, raise your cone to create the shape. Shade and add dots. For this petal, create 2 small swirls facing inward. Add a half almond shape to the top, add dots. For this petal, create guidelines. Curve a line inwards towards the top, and repeat in opposite direction. Henna tips for beginners Part 2. For accent swirls, do not end swirl early and do not apply pressure at end of swirl. Instead, increase then decrease pressure for accents. Work upward. For large humps, do not thicken individually, but rather draw thick straight line. For this leaf shape, ensure that the second row tip ends at same width as third row. If this shape is difficult, draw a dot and move inwards, then flick in. For this border, do one side first, then next move inwards to center at the end of previous line. For lotus, do not make petals too wide. Instead, create slimmer petals starting from inside of teardrop shape. You can also work the petal upwards.
ما عشقت سواه يا بابا أشهد بالله ما عشقت سواه يا بابا سيدي منصور يا بابا ونجيك نزور يا بابا سيدي منصور 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 يا بابا سلام عليك يا بابا الله يا بابا سلام عليك يا بابا سيدي منصور يا بابا ونجيك نزور يا بابا سيدي منصور منصور نزور يا بابا
Hola, ¿cómo tal? Dale, so nice to meet ya. You said we should go and get a room. No, if you wanna turn